I wasn't expecting it to grow, and I think that's why it also grew, because I wasn't expecting it. People were like, oh, this is what you've wanted all along. It's like, no, I didn't like wake up one day and I thought, oh yeah, I just want to, I'm going to represent this coolant company, or yeah, I'm going to represent these tools. Like, no, it just happened organically because I think like super honest online. Like, I sleep in an office in a cot. I've probably posted it. Like,
yeah, I think you have. Yeah.
It just, I don't, yeah.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Maker's Vault. Thank you guys so much for watching all of our episodes. We are very excited for today's episode because we have another guest, a very special guest all the way from California. You guys know that we're in Ohio. Melissa Ramos, the president and owner of M95 Machine. Melissa, thanks so much for being with us. You excited to be on the Maker's Vault today?
I'm so excited, and this is awesome.
It's gonna be a good one. We're excited. Thanks so much for coming. And before we get into today's episode, please be sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with somebody else in manufacturing to help support our channel. All right, Melissa. For the very few who do not know you, tell us who you are. Tell us about you.
So I'm my dad's oldest daughter. So I have a small machine shop in California. We do all sorts of stuff. Pretty busy right now, and half of the business, or not half, but like if you follow me online, I have a big following, and that's part of the brand now, or part of the shop life, I guess, is like making content and stuff. But we do milling. I like doing the quick turnaround, same day prototype stuff. Mm-hmm. I moved into the shop 2 months ago, so I live in one of the offices right now. It's kind of rough, but it's like a sacrifice that I'm willing to make right now at the point in my life and at the point of like where the shop is. It makes sense.
Talk about that a little bit more. What kind of went into the decision of, because you used to live in an apartment, right? And how far were you from the shop, from the apartment?
Like 15 minutes.
15
Pretty
minutes?
Close, yeah.
Okay, so kind of talked a little bit about why you decided to move into the shop.
So in California, it's extremely expensive. I'm in the Bay Area, like 20 minutes from San Francisco without traffic. We're in Hayward. And then I was paying like around $3,000 for like 600 square feet. My apartment.
That is crazy.
By myself, which is like, I was just like tired of paying for something that, one, is like never going to be mine. Mm-hmm. I'm renting. Never there. It gets pretty lonely. It's also like in Oakland, which if you know anything about Oakland, it's extremely dangerous. So I would go just park my car underground, shower, sleep, whatever, and then go back to work the next day or the same day. Like, I was just like a fancy storage unit and a place to shower, really. So
yeah, I mean, you are at the shop all the time. Like, outside of manufacturing, Melissa and I become great friends, and there would be times where it was, 3 o'clock in the morning, my time, midnight, her time, and she's texting me, I'm going back to the shop at like midnight to finish parts, or I'm going back at 4 o'clock, or I'm going home to shower at 2, and I'm getting back there at 5, and it's so I think it's neat that you took that job. What made you say, like, all right, I'm just going to move to the shop, like, this makes the most sense, like, outside of the financial stuff with, that's insane, by the way, how much rent is.
Well, it was like if I renewed my lease, it was going to be for another year. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like, I really don't. And my machines moved to a different building. My dad has 3 buildings. I'm in a different building now. And there's just like, I have a lot more, I wouldn't say like freedom, but like more privacy, I guess, in the new building that I'm in. And so, the goal for this year is to make a loft. There's like a 1,300 square foot area that he's like, turn it into an apartment, do whatever you want, just don't ask me for any money. Like, do whatever you want. And so I was like, the only way that I can like do that is if I work more, save more money, and turn this into my dream loft. And I don't have any kids, I'm not married, so I can sleep in the shop, in my car, do whatever, like it's fine.
Yeah. You work harder than most people that I know, and it's been cool to see you not only from a, business standpoint, just us knowing each other in manufacturing, but from a friend standpoint, see you, like, a lot of people be like, oh, you're moving from an apartment to a shop. Like, to me, I'm like, wow, that's really cool that you're taking that step for your business. Like, you can be with your business all the time. You can make the content that you need to whenever you need to. You can wake up and do parts, like, you're right there, like your customers, like you do that same day prototyping stuff. Like, there's so much that you can do when you're just right there. So like, where some people might say, oh my gosh, I can't believe you did that, you're doing it for like the step in the right direction and to continue to grow your business, which is neat.
Yeah, I've honestly felt like it was the only way to grow a little bit more. And like you mentioned the content stuff, yeah, it's like the content stuff takes up a lot of time. It's ramping up very quickly, and there's no way that I can balance making parts by myself and doing everything that I do on my own and the content stuff. I'm like, I have to do this, and my dad fully supports it, so it makes it better.
So you brought up your dad a couple times, and I know your dad's a big part of your story in terms of how you got into manufacturing. A lot of people see you online and see the success that you've had and the deals that you have, or the brands that you represent and the brands that you work with, and the awesome parts you make in your nails and all the things that people love about you and M95 and your presence. But I don't think a lot of people know really about the story that got you to where you are now. Do you want to share some of that story, especially with the relationship with your dad too?
Yeah, so first and foremost, my dad isn't a machinist, and I think it's one thing that people think, like when they see me or when I mention my dad, people are like, oh, she learned from her dad, or her dad is like helping her out. And yeah, he is totally helping me out, but he's not a machinist. He does not like machining. He doesn't want anything to do with it. That's why like I'm here. And so I didn't want to go to college when it was time to go to college, and I've been working at the shop with him since I was about 13.
Because he's in what, fabrication?
He's in fabrication, so they do sheet metal, laser. They do all the sheet metal stuff, welding, laser tube cutting, powder coating. So he has a huge operation. And the only thing he didn't have was mills. And so I didn't want to go to college. I've been working with him since I was about 13. I'm going to be 31 this year. And I was like, I want a better position. I was like running the lasers. I was on the press brakes. I was in powder coating, shipping and receiving. I was doing everything. Weird tasks that he wanted me to do, anything. Gonna go get lunch, like anything. And then he bought these 2 mills, and he said, okay, here you go, like, do it.
This is what you want.
Yeah, do it. And I was like, do what? Like, what is this? I had never seen anything like it. And I would go drop off parts, and I would deliver parts and pick up parts. And sometimes I would pick up parts at other machine shops, but these machine shops were so gross. And like just so gross. Like you're stepping in puddles of oil. The machines are extremely old. Like there's chips everywhere on the ground, on the machines. Like it's
come
like,
on, people.
And so like when he told me like, yeah, these are the machines like so and so has, I was like, this is what you want me to do? So
you sure about that, Dad?
Yeah. And I like being his daughter, I was like, he's gonna give me a desk job. Like now that I'm at a high school and I want like a better position, I'm like, he's gonna give me a desktop, it's gonna be great, like it's gonna be super easy. Yeah, no. He's like, you here are these mills, learn. If you learn, I will help you start a business. And I was like, he's just saying that to get me to
do this.
So I was kind of like, I was mad. At the time, I think I was like 21. I was pretty upset, and his office was right outside where the mills were in the beginning, and so he was like a shark walking up and down where the mills were, and I had to make these parts, but he would program and I had to make the part, and like he didn't know how to program, but he learned how to program super quickly any way that he could. And he's giving me this USB with this program in it. I don't know how to read G code. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to probe. I don't know how to touch off tools. I don't know how to do anything. So
you're like, I'm lost, yeah.
I'm lost, yeah. I would call my mom crying from the bathroom, like, I hate Dad. Like, he's mad at me because I don't know how to do this. It was extremely traumatic. So,
oh
like,
my gosh.
Like, if I could go back and tell little Melissa, like, you're going to be okay, oof. It would have saved me, like, so many bad times, dude. Oh, my God. The spindle would just come down and, like, crash into my part or crash into my vise, and he would run out, like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, but, like, I don't like, this is like broken.
Yeah, like maybe I need to replace this. Yeah.
So I learned from like, just you need to do it. Like, you're not going to go home until you, like a child, when you have a child and you want them to eat their vegetables, you're not going to get up until you, like, that's how I learned.
Yeah.
And it was extremely like traumatic. So when I started my own business, it was still kind of like, I knew what I was doing, learned how to program eventually, learned how to set up the machine, do everything. And then M95 came around, and I had to deal with customers and had to deal with, you know, that side of things and doing sales and accounting. And I was like, kind of like, here we go again. But now that I've like met you and other people in machining and manufacturing, a lot of people, this is their hobby. They do this for fun. And it's so crazy interesting to me because this has always been a job. And so to turn it now, it's my career, it's my life, right? But I have friends that they have these machines and they just tinker all day.
That's so crazy.
And I'm like, my dad would never let me just tinker on these machines. Like, I had to make parts 24/7. And when, like, if I don't have a job and my machine is just standing there like waiting for something, I won't tinker. Like, I can't. I'm, like, almost scared to tinker. And I've never made myself anything. I really want to get into making products, like I was telling you.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
And even that's like, oof, can I spend time making my own products? I don't know. It's like a weird trauma.
Well, it's crazy because you're so young. I mean, you're 30 years old, and you have done and learned and experienced more things in the last 10 years than I think a lot of people do in their first 20 years of manufacturing. I mean, like you said, you've had to learn to be the accountant. You've had to learn how to be the person that's the project manager and to manage the timeline of the jobs and make sure the money is where it's supposed to be and invoice people and quoting people. You've had to learn how to program and then run the part and then figure out how to make the part faster and then be able to do an everyday assembly or any inspection that needs done. I mean, you've learned like every job that needs to be done in the shop to make it move, and I just think it's super impressive, especially when you're coming from a background that doesn't have any machine. Like, your dad didn't do any CNC while you were growing up. You're just used to the fab stuff. So props to you. And I know we've talked about this before, just people online being like, oh, your dad does everything for you, et cetera, et cetera. It's like, yeah, no, your dad helped, but this has been all you. This has been all you, like, taking every struggle, full on and moving forward and going through all the learning curves and all that stuff. And I just think it's impressive. And so many people don't know that story. They just think somehow you knew how to program and your dad helped you and that was it,
I wish. Yeah, I'll tell him, like, can you program these parts for me? And he's just like, slap on the knee, like, yeah, no. And he's like, get out here, yeah, go program, your own parts.
Stop bothering me.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, no, I totally, because there are, like, a lot of people, right, that grow up with their dads and they're machinists and, like, that's how they learn. And, but yeah, no. Yeah.
I think it's neat, the dad-daughter dynamic. Obviously, my dad is a partner in the HGH group, and him and I don't necessarily work together a whole lot because he's a lot on the outside, a lot in the sales, he does a lot of traveling. But it is cool when we do get to collaborate on projects, or I get to call him and talk about manufacturing or sitting at the dinner table. Oh, how about this project and this Mazak and X, Y, and Z, this automation project, whatever it might be. So, like, even this podcast is really cool, for me to do. So that daddy-daughter relationship it's a special one. It's cool, and it's definitely neat to be able to work, with your family and stuff. So I like that. But you've brought up social media before. I know social media is a big part, like you said, of your business. This is something that is so new to manufacturing. These, like, brand deals, right? Like, Instagram's been doing it for years. It's like, oh, you wear the lipstick, here's $10,000, make 5 posts out of it, Like, it's such a mainstream thing for us because this is what we're looking at every day on Instagram, on TikTok, whatever it is. But it's so new to manufacturing. Can you talk about who was your very first, actually no, how did you grow your following? What made you decide to start growing a following? And then when did you step into your first brand deal?
So I have, like, a normal Instagram, which is, like, my regular one. And I started posting machining content on there. And then people that knew me that were in manufacturing already started to follow me. But I was like, I don't want, like, my regular friends honestly don't care about this as much as, like, you in manufacturing care about it. So, like, this is kind of weird. And so I started another Instagram. I think it was always called M95 Machining. And it started to grow really quickly, I think. And I don't buy followers. People are always like, did you buy your followers? I'm like, no. I hate spending money, and I'm not going to spend it on that.
Yeah, I'm not
doing
that.
I, refuse to get verified on Instagram because you have to pay for it.
Right, that's so stupid.
So I think, like, they grew really quickly because of the nails. I don't even have nails on right now.
Yes,
but yeah, because of the nails. And because like, it was different. And now, like, you go online and you see a lot of girls that have their nails done, and I think it's, like, so cool. I'm like, I know
started
it's
a trend. Yeah.
And then at the time, my little sister was working for me, and she was posting things on, like, Reddit. And I was getting so much hate on Reddit. And she was like, whatever you do, like, don't look at the comments. So she was
Reddit
in charge.
Is savage.
Yeah, she was in charge of, like, posting it and kind of just getting any sort of traction, like, hate, whatever. And I think from that, like, a lot of people came onto the Instagram, and in the beginning, I was just getting bullied.
Really?
Like, now I don't have my Instagram notifications on. Like, I'll post and I will go on again when I'm gonna post because it was so traumatic. And I think,
My gosh, why do you think people were doing that? I don't.
well, just like the nails or like machining was like kind of ridiculous. But like I just like I wanted to machine, and I spent so much time looking at my hands. I'm like, I love my nails. Like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm like, this is why I work for myself. Or at the time for my dad's shop, right? Like, he's not gonna tell me to take off my nails. I'm not gonna tell, like, he's not,
Yeah.
right? So I think they grew a lot of traction from that. It was different, it was unique, and then the, you know, the aspect of like me and my dad. And I'm like pretty open on that Instagram. Like,
You're very open. I remember when I first started following you, like, you would post stories about like you and your dad got into it today, and this is what you're mad at him about, or like, you had a really good day today, these are the things that you did. Like, you were very transparent and relatable in a world that everything's curated. You know.
And so I think that's super important. That's what I tell people. I'm like, yeah, it might be like awkward or embarrassing, but like, I have like a handful of sponsors now. Like, I get to travel. I'm like, I met you online. I'm here on like a sponsored trip right now, and I get to hang out with you for a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's just like I wasn't expecting it to grow, and I think that's why it also grew, because I wasn't expecting it. People were like, oh, this is what you've wanted all along. It's like, no, I didn't like wake up one day and I thought, oh yeah, I'm going to represent this coolant company, or yeah, I'm going to represent these tools. Like, no, it just happened organically because I think like super honest online. Like, I sleep in an office in a cot. I've probably posted it. Like,
yeah, I think you have. Yeah.
It just, I don't know.
So did you ever, like, when you started making content, was it because you, like, not that you expected it to grow, but what was like the initial reason why you started posting? Is because you wanted more leads, or you wanted more visibility over what you were doing? Or was it like, I genuinely like creating content and I am machining, so this is what I'm going to do?
I think it was because like I could genuinely see like a difference in like my parts that I was making, and I thought that they were so pretty. I just wanted to like post and show people, and like also like go back and like look at it. Like, oh my God, I remember making that part, because it's hard even like now. Like, I get a new part and it's a struggle, and then I finally, you know, get the complete. I finally like finish the part, and I'm just like, oh, it's so satisfying. So I think it was just like I want to document it. I started to realize that there were other machinists like in the world and stuff, and other women that were doing it and that were documenting it.
Okay.
So I was like, if my friends want to follow this like journey of mine, yeah, like, you know, they could see it and I can go back and see it, whatever.
That's pretty cool, and then it just took off.
So
when it comes to like your first partnership, who was your first partnership?
Blazer.
And you're still with Blazer?
I'm still with Blazer, yeah.
That's so cool. So how long have you been with them for?
Since I started, I think like probably 3.5 years now, maybe 4.
Wow.
So they reached out to me on like Instagram, and it was kind of like a dream, like the little blue barrels. I really, really wanted to partner with them or to work with them, and I didn't know anything about the coolant, but I just knew that I really, really wanted to work with them. And then, yeah, somebody reached out and they flew in to meet with me. We went out to dinner, and
that was it.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. So people who don't know, who may not be familiar with like what a brand deal is or what a partnership looks like, whether it's with Blazer or one of your other, you know, sponsors, can you talk to the audience a little bit about what that means for you? Because I think a lot of people don't recognize it. Okay, number one, what does that even mean? Number two, that's an option. Like, companies don't even know about brand deals.
Yeah.
And the ones that do, they're, you know, I'm sure everyone has a different way of doing it. But what does that look like for you?
So now I think like if I'm gonna partner with the company, it has to be paid.
Yeah.
Because I have a really big following, not too big of a following, but like
for our industry, you have a huge following.
Then I guess.
And that's what matters.
I think so, yeah. And like I'll look at like, okay, this ABC company comes in, they reach out to me, and then I make my first video. Like 95% of the time, my video will get like 200% more views than what they're posting and what they've been posting.
Right.
And so I'm at the point where I'm like, I have X whatever amount of followers here and here and here, but I am still only me, and this only happened because like I'm making parts. Like that is like the foundation of this whole thing.
Of the whole thing, right?
Is making parts.
Yeah, if you didn't have parts to make, you wouldn't have products to use.
And I wouldn't have all these brand deals. And so like now I'm like, I have to like take a lot of time out of my day, and I just hired somebody to help me with this because I'm like, I'm falling behind. But a brand deal is like, if you want to partner with us, you want to partner with M95 Machining, you approach us, whatever, I'll give you a price, and then we will make content for you every month or whatever, show off the products, show you guys how we use them.
Now, are you any type of specific about what types of partners you do partner with? Like, do you say like, okay, would you turn a partnership away? Is it a product that you know that you have to like and use? What do you look at when it comes to that?
So like a lot of people in like the machinist industry are like, you can't be a sellout. And like a lot of people are like, no, you can't do that. But I'm like, why not? Like I've been working now, I just partnered with IMCO, like the carbide tooling company.
Yes,
and they were like the first end mills that I was using when I started. And like I told you, I was breaking everything, but like these end mills were not breaking.
The only thing that didn't break?
The only things that
Spindle would crash, but the end mill wouldn't.
yeah, totally. And so I remember like the little orange boxes. And at the time, my dad was like buying anything that I ordered. I would like call the distributor and like order stuff, and like it would just show up. Yeah. And like I wasn't thinking about prices, wasn't thinking about anything. And then one day my dad was like, you need to stop. Like you need to. I'm like, well, I'm breaking everything. Like I need more. Or
I need more stuff. Dad.
Yeah. Or I didn't know how to program. I didn't know feeds and speeds. So like all these things are just like burning up, just chips being welded onto everything. So IMCO was the brand that I knew that I wanted to partner with. And like a lot of people follow me, and I'm like, I'm not going to recommend a brand that I've never used.
Yeah.
I'm not going to partner with this company because they offer me more money.
Right.
Like the money's great, it's cool, we could all use more money, but like I know that these tools work, and so I'm going to continue to use them, and now I'm paid to use the tools that I like love. So
well, and I think it's neat because when people partner with you, all the content that you post, you truly do use everything that you get. Like you utilize the coolant that you get from Blazer. You utilize the end mills on every job that you can from MCO. Like everything that you partner with, you do use on a day-to-day basis. Yeah. And so it's like it's not a sellout. It's you're promoting a product that is useful to you and your shop, you know? And I think that's so valuable. And also back to you had touched on like how long content makes. Obviously we make a lot of content in-house here, and people do not realize this podcast might only be 30 minutes, but it's going to take Dylan probably about 3 hours to edit.
Yeah, it takes
maybe
a lot
even
of time.
longer. I mean, this one's a little easier because it's just one frame. We're not doing any pull-up shots, like any B-roll, anything like that. But even when we do like a desk video, or let's say we're doing like a machine overview, or like whatever it might be, what a customer or what a viewer or somebody who sees online that's only 30 seconds or 2 minutes can take hours between the shooting, the setup. I mean, you and I just shot a video out there that it took a half hour to set up and get all the lighting and do all the stuff. It took 2 minutes to shoot. But that's 40 minutes to get a 2-minute video, right? So it's like, it's crazy. People don't realize how much time, in your defense, like, if you have these brand partnerships and they're not paying you, then you can't take that much time away from making parts, which is what you do for a living, right? So it's like having the manufacturing industry truly understand that, like, if you are asking me to make content, you're asking me to step away from my machines and asking me to step away from my customers, which is something that M95 is passionate about doing. You guys are great. Not passionate about stepping away from customers, passionate about making content. And so you make time for it. But the partner has to bring the value, I think, at least.
Yeah, totally. Like I think my most recent post, like they're like, we don't pay, but we're going to give you a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, that's great. And I'm like, it's not going to last. Like,
No.
And so I made this video. I'm not lying to you. I was running parts on the VF2. I was trying to record and install this stuff into my machine and make a video on how to install at the same time. I'm by myself.
Oh,
it probably
my gosh.
took me like 5 hours to install and record this because I got to do multiple takes back and forth, back and forth. I want this specific angle. I have like this bucket of WD-40 and this like box on top of it with my phone like about to fall off into like a pile of chips in the mill.
Oh my God.
And like I have like 2 seconds to grab that clip, and then like, okay, it got like 80,000 views, it got like 2,000 likes or something in like a short amount of time, and then I go on their YouTube, I go on their page, I'm like, this is why I want to get paid, and this is why like I asked to get paid, because
it's exposure.
Yeah, it's exposure, and like one person will look at this and probably buy it, and all this stuff is like super expensive.
Yeah,
it's crazy expensive.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the thing is people don't realize. The other thing people don't realize too is content. It's not one post for one lead, right? Like it might be one post, and then that post lasts online for months.
Yeah.
And it may not get the sale within the first 24 hours, but a month down the road, someone's gonna see my video, and hey, I'm gonna make a sale on that. Like the longevity of content is short and long in the industry, and it really the exposure is unmatched. Like you can't send 80,000 emails in one day, but you can post and get 80,000 views on a post in one day.
Yeah.
And you got to be out there. I mean, I was just talking to somebody the other day. I think it was like 80% of the manufacturing industry with end users, like any type of buying, whether you're buying CNCs, you're buying parts, whatever it is, 80% of them are doing research online about your product before they even call you. Mm-hmm. So if you're not online, if you're not out in the game, like you're already behind. Yeah. At least 50-60% of the time, you're not even getting noticed. Or even in that initial batch of like, hey, let's consider these companies.
Yeah.
So like you're doing that for them, and that's awesome.
And it's becoming more of a like job right now, and it's kind of difficult. So I hired some help, but if you partner with me, like I'm not going to partner with another like company.
Competitor brand.
Because I don't do that. And there are big brands that okay, I'm going to pay you $10,000 and I'm going to pay you $20,000, and like I'm going to show everybody what all these brands do, and I'm like no, because I'm one shop, and I'm not going to represent this Apple company and this Apple company and this Apple company, because like there could only be like one favorite Apple company, right?
Yeah.
So I'm staying with Blazer. I like Blazer.
Well, and you're very passionate about all your sponsors. I know, like when you and I talk outside of being on camera, like you love your sponsors. They take you do trips with them, you go to dinners with them when they're in, like, I feel like your sponsors take such good care of you, and it's so cool to see how forward thinking your sponsors are in terms of even training. Like, remember that one time you came in and they were taking you to training that like whole weekend and flew you in from, you live in California, and it wasn't a short trip, and it's cool that they do that and really step up. And I think we're going to see more companies doing that, but I think your sponsors do a great job. Give your sponsors a shout out. Who are all your sponsors right now?
Blazer, Swiss Lube, they're a coolant company from Switzerland. Imco Carbide, they're like a newer company. Not a newer company, but like a newer sponsor. I'm super excited because I love their carbide tools. There is RegoFix, they do tool holders.
I love your RegoFix content. That was the first Multi-Melissa video I saw. I loved it.
Yeah, the Multi-Melissa is crazy. RegoFix, they make amazing tool holders. That's my first time working with RegoFix. I just partnered with you guys, Zagar, also work holding. I'm super excited because I get to work with you. And you were like one of my bestest friends.
Yeah.
And then there's Lang Work Holding, which they're the newer ones, and I'm on this trip with them. I'm going to their open house tomorrow.
Yeah, very exciting. In Milwaukee.
Tomorrow? In Milwaukee, tomorrow. And then I work with Uptool, which is like AI quoting software.
Very nice.
Yeah.
It's so awesome. And I can talk even a little bit about, from our perspective on the Zagar side, right? Like we, Zagar, we're known for our drill and tap units, custom drill and tap machines, our feed units. And, work holding has been something that hasn't been something that we've been known for, because our bread and butter since, I don't even know, I think Zagar started in like 1940s, and that's been the bread and butter. That's what everybody's known us for, and they got into work holding, and we really want to make it, we built a Shopify site, we want to make it a commodity style where people can just jump on and order their products, whether it's a Z-Lock tappers or drill collets or 5C collets and master collets, fixtures, whatever it is. And so when we were sitting down thinking about, hey, we need to market this different. We need to market this different from our distribution companies, from our automation integrator, from our spindle repair company. And the first thing that our marketing manager and I said was, we're like, maybe we need to do a partnership with somebody. And you immediately came to mind, and it's so different for us. We've never done anything like this before. We do a lot of social media, so we value social media a lot. We understand the importance of it. But we were like, you know what, let's just take a leap. And we were thankful enough that you were willing to work with us. And we're really excited to get started, so that you guys are going to be seeing some content on that. But taking the leap was a little weird, and trying to get like everybody to be like, oh, wait, this is a thing? And Scott and I are like, yeah, this is like a thing. Like, they're like, oh, wow, I guess, you know, like everybody was excited and like on board. But at first they're like, wait, what? Like, it's a total brain twist.
It's not it's definitely new. It is like all the partners that I'm working with, they're like, we've never done this before. We're super hesitant. I'm like, yeah, I've never done this before either.
Yeah.
But like, I just know like I like doing it. Now it's like a job. I've got some help. Like I told you, my dad sees me making videos. They're like big packages come in, and he's like, is there anything for me? I'm like, oh, what?
No, Dad.
No, what? Yeah, here's this vice, go use it. And,
right, goodbye.
Yeah, go use it in the laser or something. And he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, Dad, it's not even the future. It's like, Dad, it's like
now.
What? It's now. Yeah, it's what it is. And I like doing it. It's cool. I like making little videos.
Yeah, you're good at it too. So what makes a good partner for M95? Outside of the type of product it is. Like, let's say it is something that you use, it's an option for you, a product that you like. What do you like to see from your partners?
I really appreciate the communication. And I think like some people that I partner with, they just send me a bunch of stuff and they're like, here you go, make videos. And I'm like, I don't even know how to use this. Like, what is this? Yeah, help, yeah. And then a lot of these companies are here on the East Coast near you. So I really appreciate now that we're working together, mm-hmm. you know, you've like the communication, and you text me and you email me and you make like shared drives, and like, you know, like everything is already there. So I don't have to ask you for stuff. You don't have to ask me for stuff. Mm-hmm. And like, it just works out better because I'm really busy. My sleep schedule is everywhere sometimes. And I'm like, I don't want to have to wait 2 or 3 days for like, what are the colors of your logo? Mm-hmm. Or like, can you send me this? Or like, they've asked me and I've totally forgotten. So communication, definitely, you need to be on top of that.
Yeah, I mean, that's key, right? And I think when you're in social media and you're doing it, you know that, right? So, I mean, companies learn along the way for sure. And like, mm-hmm. you know, we'll have our own learning curve with working with you and doing whatever we can to, you know, support M95 and, you know, how the partnership moves forward. But mm-hmm. yeah, communication is important, and video editing and all those things, you know, any support that you can provide, that's going to be consistent and not like an overpromise and underdeliver kind mm-hmm. of thing.
But I'd also like to point out that, like, good job on the Shopify site. That's like...
Oh, thanks. That was a big undertaking.
That's great. Because I'm like, the less, like, distributors and stuff that we have to... Of course, we have to deal with them, but, like, sometimes it's at the end of the night. It's, sure. like, midnight. And I'm like, okay, I'm on my computer. I'm working. I want to order some stuff. I can just hop on your Shopify site now. And,
Thank you.
It'll probably be shipped out in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, the team did a nice job getting everything together, and
that's great.
It's been a long haul getting it together, but that's exactly our thought process, right? Like, we want to meet our customers where they're at more. Mm-hmm. So if it's 7:00 at night and nobody can answer the phone because no one's in the building, or you can always call. I mean, our sales guys got our phones on them all the time. Mm-hmm. But, you know, if you're sitting there and you're like, oh, darn, I need this, I need that, you know, you can just go on, order it, send us a message, whatever it is, and we plan to do more of that stuff. I mean, we plan on getting more into online things and some more AI stuff, and we won't give away too many secrets online, but we have some really exciting plans to continue to meet customers where they're at, get them the education they need at 1:00 in the morning when they're sitting there waiting for their parts to be done, you know, and being able to be helpful 24 hours, you know, whether it's ordering or asking questions or whatever it might be. So yeah, that was a big undertaking, but everybody did a nice job, and we're excited to hopefully see it take off here. So I appreciate that. Yeah. All right, Melissa. Well, we covered a lot today, a lot of social media, a lot of manufacturing. Let everyone know where they can find you at in terms of your Instagram, LinkedIn, website, if anyone has any requests for quotes, and then what shows are you to be at this year, if any?
What show? I'll be at the Laying Open House tomorrow, but this probably won't be out by then.
Yeah, no, it won't.
I'll be at IMTS, I think. Yeah, I'll be at IMTS. I'll probably make that announcement later in the year. And then I think that's it, right?
Where can people find you? Instagram?
Instagram at M95 Machining. And then for quotes and partners and all the fun, random stuff, info at m95machining.com is our email. Melissa Ramos on LinkedIn. We're on TikTok, YouTube, and now Facebook. I don't know.
All right.
I'll start making products and I'll make a Shopify account. I don't know.
Heck yeah, let's go. All right. Well, thanks so much. We'll link all of Melissa's information in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, be sure to like this video, comment, and subscribe to help support the channel. Melissa, thanks so much for being on.
Thank you.
Yeah. And we'll see you guys in the next one.